to the next page. The problems are going to get a little bit messier here. Problem K goes first. When you have that quantity squared, basically that tells you we're going to have 3/5 times 3/5, which gives us 9/25. Another way of thinking of that is we can take that exponent of 2 and shower it in and square both things inside, both numbers inside. Likewise with this next number, this 4th power, we can shower into everything inside. Now the 3 out front becomes 3 to the 4th power, which is equal to 81. And then we have x to the 2 times 4 makes 8. We multiply exponents when it's a power raised again to a power. And then we're going to have y to the 3 times 4. That's y to the 12th power on that problem. For problem M, we're first going to deal with the outer exponents, showering them in. I like to use the word shower because this looks like a shower head spraying water into the parentheses. When we square this 2, 2 squared becomes 4. We get x to the 4th also, but this time it's 2 times 2 making the 4. Y to the 3 times 2 making 6, and that comes from our first parentheses. The second parentheses, when we square the -3, we get +9 because a negative to the even power makes a positive. X to the 2nd, and then y to the 4 times 2, y to the 8th power. Now, multiplying these coefficients in front, 4 times 9 makes 36. We add exponents for each variable when we multiply, so 4 plus 2 makes 6, and 6 plus 8 makes 14. And that would be our answer to that problem. Letter N. We see negative exponents, which are not allowed in our answers. Both of these say I need to play musical chairs, move from numerator to denominator, and vice versa. That will give us x to the +8th upstairs, x to the +4th downstairs, and then subtracting we get x to the 4th power. Had you want to instead said -4 minus a -8 at the outset, you would have gotten -4 plus 8, x to the 4th directly. In problem O, this 5 to the -1st is going to come down to the denominator. We're going to have a placeholder of 1 up above. We now have 2 5's being multiplied together in the denominator, and that becomes 1/25. Okay, these next two problems go together, and I really want to make sure you understand how they worked. Negative exponents say bring me down to the denominator, so to speak. And so in problem P, this becomes 1/6 squared, which is equal to 1/36. However, in problem Q, this exponent only goes with the 6, not with the negative. So what happens is the negative stays up in the numerator and the 6 squared goes down below, giving you -1/36. I like to say that exponents are nearsighted. They only go and see what they're directly next to, unless you have parentheses saying all of it gets raised to a power. Had this problem been something like xy to the -2nd, you would have had no trouble saying, hey, the exponent only goes with the y, not with the x. Well, that's the same thing here. This is really -1 times 6 to the -2nd, and that exponent only goes with a 6, not with that -1 out front, in the same way that that -2 over here does not get applied to the x. It's the same situation, it just looks different because of that -6, the way it's written.